Welcome in, folks. Hello. Happy Thursday. Hope you're all having a good one. My name is Pixlriffs. Welcome to your Thursday Minecraft live stream. We've got a hype train rolling already, so I've got some people to thank, of course. Thank you so much, Whiteley, for the brand new Prime sub, Sammy with the 2 months, Nixcraft with the 500 bits, California Moon for the 13 months, Honey Toast with the 1 year resub. Everyone spam the word nerd in the chat, please. Thank you so much, Honey Toast. Very happy that you've been enjoying the Survival Guide Empires and got you into Hermitcraft through Gem and Pearl. Very, very cool. Always happy to spread the love around the Minecraft community. Sandwich, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Shaylee with the 13 months. Pride Ceratops gifting a sub just then as well. Thank you very, very much. Got 2 minutes left on that hype train if folks want to cheer some bits, gift some subs, any of that stuff.
Well, that's just prime.
Candy Girl and the Inglorious Bee, thank you so much for the resubs, the 4 months and the 2 months respectively, extending the hype train to level 2.
Well, that's just prime.
It sure is. So welcome on in, folks. Hope you're all having a good week so far. I am here on Empires. We're going to be working on the Catacombs a bit more today and gathering some resources for a project that is currently off camera. It's going to be on camera at some point in the near future. Very much excited for it. But I've got a bit of Blackstone and honestly some packed mud. I need to gather some more packed mud, so we might be putting together a temporary wheat farm or just harvesting the wheat farm I've already got, to be honest. Warden Skit was too funny. Yeah, a truncated, cut-down version of that is going to be appearing in my next episode. For folks who weren't there on Fwip or Joel's streams yesterday, Fwip may have decided to get himself a Warden head by luring it to Joel's base and having everybody fight it. So that was pretty fun. I participated in that. That was a good time. So I recorded most of it, and we've got a couple of clips that I can throw into the beginning of the next episode. In the meantime, Harry Bry, thank you for the 6 months, the half a year. Enjoy your new blue sub badge. And Sammy, thank you so much for gifting 5 subs to the community. Folks in the chat, and you're all first-time subs according to my activity feed. Enjoy your brand new subs, your emotes, your sub badges, all of that good stuff. Dr. Metal Warrior, thank you for the 100 bits. The Deathberry, thank you so much for the 100 bits. The next episode is going to be a riot. It's going to be very, very fun. Wonder if Jimmy will embarrass himself anymore today. He's going to be doing some other stuff today, I think. So I think he's streaming something else entirely. I think it was like Fall Guys or something, some other kind of game. Jan, thanks so much for the 6 months. Oh, that's the second second month of a gift sub. Very cool. Sausage is teasing a big video for today. Hope you get to see my secret project in it. Not anything to do with Sausage's video. I can confirm that. Because my secret project is not finished yet, which is why I'm still gathering resources for it on today's stream. But Bugsby, thank you for the Prime sub. Jacko with the 12 months. Everyone spam the word nerd in the chat once again. Thank you so much for the full year of supporting the channel. Enjoy your nerd sub badge. Welcome to the Nerd Herd. Exciting times. So, let's get into it. Let's play some Empires. And last I joined, there were a couple of people online. But we're just going to be keeping to ourselves for most of today. I got some mud to farm.
Well, that's just prime.
Going to start with the... Oh, hello. I really need to fix some of the holes in the ground in my savannah. I'm just keeping them in case I end up doing something with them, but in this case, not so much. First time you've been able to watch live watch VODs for a few weeks, and you got gifted a sub to the channel. How exciting! Always nice when Twitch manages to find those people who've just been hanging out, lurking for the last little while. I hope the other empires add to the bridge soon. Yeah, I hope so too, but there's no rush. As we were saying on the last stream, we don't have like an end date in mind for this season of Empires. Like, we're not working towards another Minecraft update release or anything like that. So, realistically, people have all the time in the world. How's the wheat field doing out here? It's kind of half grown right now. So I think I'll probably farm a bit more mud over at the mud factory, because I have a ton of leftover dirt here. Galfin, thank you for gifting those 5 subs to the community. Once again, a bunch of new subs in there, folks. Make sure you test out those emotes in the chat. Try not to spam them too much, because, you know, it makes Nightbot unhappy. But aside from that, go ham and enjoy your sub badges, your emotes, all of that stuff. I'm going to turn my block sounds down a bit so this isn't absolutely deafening. There we go. Alright, that's locked up. Sometimes it does this. It's like server timing or something like that, I think, does it. You can't always spam it like that, because when it's moving the stuff around, it will lock up, and those pistons don't zero tick, you know, that kind of stuff. Very excited for the next big Empires crossover episode. We are doing pretty well, I think, at this stage of, like, getting in other people's business a little bit, which is fun. I like that. It's an aspect that I never really had a chance to get involved with last time because I was so far out. But also, I don't know. I feel like this time around we've got a little bit more license to be cheeky, which is fun. Brumhorn, thank you for the 100 bits. How does the mud farm work? I've got a tutorial for this on the survival guides, and it's the exact same design pretty much, so it's worth checking out over there if you want to see the specifics. But basically, mud gets converted into mud from dirt if you use a bottle of water on it, and that can be automated using a dispenser. So I have a dispenser right here, which fills up with water bottles, and this dispenser here basically has a ton of glass bottles in it and creates water bottles from a water source inside of there. I tried using a waterlogged block for it, and it turned out that the bottles just got spat out everywhere. So I wanted to use like a leaf block or a waterlogged root block, because those are kind of like new. But yeah, it didn't really work out that way, unfortunately. But yeah, you just feed it in with pistons, and every time the system here moves along one, it activates this entire circuit, which means the bottles get recycled into this dispenser, new water bottles get made and pushed into this dispenser. I can clear that out every so often because there are occasions on which it doesn't fire and it still generates a water bottle. But just a patient click here is a good pace to generate a decent amount of mud. Exodus, thanks so much for the 8 months. NJ Cuffs, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Long time lurker, love the content and the build style. Hey, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more stuff in and outside of the ruins. Like, being able to go around the world and build different stuff in different places has kind of led to me trying out a couple of other build styles in the process as well, so I'm quite happy that I've got some variety going on in this season, and I have license for variety. Because part of the problem as well with Empire Season 1 was that I was in a desert, I was using materials that were pretty hard to get hold of. I mean, yes, sand is everywhere, but sandstone, you kind of have to dig it up or craft it, and I don't really like crafting it because the crafting ratio is awful. And so it meant that if I was building stuff, I was usually building it in the desert, and it was usually taking me a while to acquire the materials. The only advantage of using sandstone was that it's insta-mineable without a beacon, so that was kind of useful, but honestly, I'm kind of enjoying being able to go and build in a few different styles this season. Let's go grab some more dirt. Wonder if Whip also plans to put the Warden in Tumbletown, but then again it's the Sheriff? You never know. I feel like Jimmy, having been part of Double Life this time around, is probably used to the shenanigans. I don't really have a great deal of wheat options. Like, here's the thing. I don't have a great deal of bone meal. I don't have a great source of bone meal right now, and obviously whipping up a moss farm is something that I would like to do at some stage, but I don't know if I want to do it on stream, because I don't have, like, a moss farm schematic kind of memorized. I don't want to look one up on camera. But I only really have this much wheat left over, and it's just baled up right now. So while getting this amount of packed mud is useful, I feel like a wheat nano farm is kind of a tall order at this point, unless I just go around killing skeletons for a bit. I could go to a soul sand valley and just rip all of the bones out of that, which I know goes against the whole archaeologist thing, and we were preserving the fossil in the overworld, but the nether feels like more of a resource place, because it's not going to be such a permanent part of the server. Do I think Jimmy is a toy sheriff or a normal sheriff? I think he's whatever kind of sheriff he wants to be. It's not for me to decide that. And honestly, I think it's for the audience to decide that, and the audience seems to have made their decision, but I'm mostly staying out of that because there's some good stuff going on. I know Fwhip has a skeleton farm, but it's key access, and I don't have a key. And I don't think he's online right now. I'm not wearing the t-shirt I wore on Tuesday. I'm wearing a different one. The other one was the Concorp one. This one is D&D in joke. I often pay attention to what I was wearing on my previous streams because I don't want to look like I only have one set of clothes or I don't wash. Doesn't Scott have a skeleton farm as well? Again, I don't know where that is or like what the deal is for having that set up, but either way, a certain amount of bone meal is only going to get me so far, you know? Is this nighttime or a thunderstorm? Well, whatever it is, it's clearing up. I helped him with the warden. He should give me a key. Hey, that's up to him. Either way, I don't think he's online right now, so. I believe Jimmy's Mesa also has a skeleton spawner in it somewhere. So that's another option, but that one hasn't been, like, turned into a farm or anything, so I'd have to go and, like, fight the skeletons manually. Let's throw all of this in here for now. Now, I know about the skeleton spawner in Jimmy's place because I was looking for his creeper spawner the other day because I went to go and buy some gunpowder off of him. His creeper farm, you know what I mean. I went to go and buy some gunpowder off of him and there wasn't any in the shop. Because in theory, me and Jimmy are allies, but we've never kind of, like, formalized that. I'm not on his, like, board of people who respect the sheriff or whatever, so. Flippy, thank you so much for the 3 months. Satinbot, thank you for gifting a sub. Very kind of you both. Yeah, definitely a creeper spawner. Yeah, slip of the tongue. Do I have any spare space in any of these? I mean, not really. I might put it in here with the tough. I'm absolutely going to forget this is there. But one of the practices I've been adopting for storing stuff in shulker boxes, especially when most of my shulker boxes are grey, is just to make sure that there is a stack of each individual thing in the first 5, so that I know that there is packed mud in here. I don't know how much packed mud after that, but I know it's in there, you know? And that's been serving me pretty well. I should also show you an update on the Catacombs, how that's been going, because I've done a little bit more. Not a huge amount more. but a little bit. I have been very busy with my secret builds. But, yeah, if we go down here, I can show you the second room. Tomb number 2. Because we more or less completed that on the last stream, but I wanted to add in a little bit more. So there's also a section at the back here that's got some chests, because there are lots of different stone types in the game. And so this one, I haven't, like, populated the book yet, but this one has cobble, natural stone, stone brick, smooth stone, the mossy variants, and then a kind of gradient, I guess, at the back. Give or take the granite, but it's like gravel, andesite, granite, diorite, calcite, and then the deep slates and the blackstone, because I will be using a bit of regular deep slate instead of cobbled deep slate, and then like the basalt family, because I'll be using lots of that as well. And so that works pretty well, I think. I'm probably going to have to include, because the other one has a miscellany thing for all of like the crafted stuff. This one I'm either going to have to store stuff that's crafted out of that, like, you know, stone brick stairs and that kind of stuff. I'm either going to have to store it in barrels or something like I did with the survival guide storage system, or I'm going to have to store it out here. But either way, now I have this. I know that the polished basalt goes there. I know that the diorite goes here. We'll put the blackstone stairs in here for now, but we'll come up with another space for those later. Likewise, the stone brick stairs. You know, stuff like that. Works pretty well. I love block swappers. It's my first time really using them. They're the best. But then we'll have a room that's some of the more natural blocks for like landscaping and stuff as well. We can put grass and coarse dirt and podzol and all of that stuff down there. Was there a space for tuff? There is not in there. But I feel like tuff is one of those things I'm probably going to be using it as I get it as well. And there's also other places that it can go, other ways it can expand. Have I thought about putting cobwebs or candles in the crypt? Yes, people have mentioned that in my YouTube comments. I plan to at some stage. I need to go and get some more... I've gotten a decent amount of honeycomb, actually. I wasn't sure how much of that was going to be like for waxing copper, but I'm not using copper that much. So I can make some candles, and like I've got dyes for a few of them from Scott's. I can probably put some cobwebs in there as well. The cobwebs I've got are, you know, ostensibly for potentially timing stuff in redstone contraptions, but I can spare a few of them. Mostly I just want to make sure that the area is like fully built out and I know what I'm doing with it, and I don't want to like expand it too much more before I do the last kind of detail pass on it and decorate some more, you know? So the candles and stuff can go in there, they'll just go in later. Jarlava, thank you so much for the 19 months. Welcome in. So yeah, that's a decent amount of mud so far. And I wonder if maybe we could go looking for Blackstone and then go raid some of the nearby villages for hay bales if we want to get wheat quickly. Excuse me. Where did Joel get the bottles of enchanting he gave Lizzie? I mean, he has villagers, doesn't he? I'm pretty sure he has clerics. Don't my leggings have mending? No. I have honestly been saving putting mending on a couple of things, like this shovel doesn't have mending, my leggings don't have mending. Until I can trade with False, because False is doing villagers this season and has librarians, and enchanted books were going to be one of her main exports, but False hasn't been on the server as much lately. She put out an episode the other day, though, so hopefully she's going to be back to making stuff pretty soon. Yeah, that's that. But yeah, my ninja leggings do need mending pretty soon, I think. I can repair them in the meantime, though. I can combine them a couple more times. If we want to repair them, it's not the biggest deal. I've been doing that with the shovel, because the shovel is like 1 diamond. Let's grab a boat. Shovelhal is a villager with mending. I have a villager with mending as well. I have mending on most of my other things. I don't have it on this sword right now, but I have it on most of my other tools, because I can't really get by without it if I'm not just spending diamonds at a ridiculous rate on repairing my tools. But yeah, I just don't want to be too cheeky with it. Like, I want to be able to have a reason to trade with False for enchanted books at some stage, so I'm trying to balance my activity a little bit between the stuff I can get by and the stuff that makes sense to actually go and trade, you know? Where's... Okay, I have boats. Do I have any more of those in utility? No, okay, good. The other thing I want to do is get some flower pots. I think we need some flower pots in the catacombs. People did suggest, like, putting little offerings around, putting flowers on some of them and that kind of thing. Like, that makes a lot of sense. I think we'll do that at some stage. Do the bundles help in any way? Yeah, absolutely. Bundles are one of the more useful things. I've been working on a build project that's required me to make a lot of, like, little batches of different blocks, and it's really helped organize my inventory. I also use it to keep, like, utility stuff in, like clocks, ender chests, sometimes, like, the materials for torches, that kind of stuff. Like, it's really useful. Wither roses would look nice. I don't know if I can really get hold of wither roses that easily. Oh, one other thing we might do today. Is my gamma up? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. One other thing we might do today, if we have time, is go to the fortress that I farmed my wither skeleton skulls from initially so that I could get my beacon. We can go back there and try and get a few more, because I'd like them for banner patterns and stuff. I think that'd be really useful. Get out of here, you. You get out of here as well. Dang it. Too far away. Now you're too close. Well, alright. That'll do. Loved seeing the antics of the Warden boys yesterday. It was fun. I had a lot of fun with that. It was very, very good. Alright, let's stash these. See, that's what I use the bundle for. It's just like little things like that. Bones that I don't want to throw away. Junk like that. Oh, got a sheep head. Nah. Sure, why not? Yeah, we'll need a crafting table. Let's quickly make a bed. Just in case nobody else sleeps. The classic red bed. Somebody else is sleeping though, so that's good. And let's see if there's any villages around. I haven't really looked in this area much. Over here is a Badlands biome, I believe. Some mountains over there that I've got a bunch of calcite from. Yeah, there's Badlands, okay. So nothing much in this direction. There's a village. And they've got hay. Perfect. Hello, Iron Golem. In here I should have my... Oh, I don't. Is it in backup gear now? Did I just not bring it with me? Alright, well I had a diamond hoe. It's gone walkabout. I do not know where it is. So, I guess we're just punching some hay bales then. They don't take that long to break. Interesting spot for this guy. Protection 3, flint and steel. Fortune 3 golden pickaxe. All the coal you could ever need. And literally no other resource. Honey Apple, thank you for the Prime sub. I was kind of hoping that would have a gold hoe in it, because that'd be kind of perfect for getting some hay bales. Could kill the iron golem for some iron, I guess, but I never really feel like doing that. What items, things, mobs, or whatever would I like to be added to Minecraft? Well, like most of the community, I think an end update would be really good at some point in future. I don't think it's going to be happening right away, but the end is kind of a blank canvas right now, so there's lots of cool stuff they could do with it. Outside of that, there's, you know, a handful of things. But honestly, I'm just excited to see what else Mojang comes up with, because they've got such creative brains working for them. Some more underground biomes would be really interesting. I feel like that's still a space that has room for expansion. Can you not break copper with gold? You know what? I don't know if you can. I've never really tried. Want ice caves? Yeah, I think there's room for stuff like that if they introduce more features than just there is ice in a cave. Because that kind of happens in mountainous biomes already. Sort of. Like, in some snowy biomes, you can have areas where it generates some ice from the peak in some of the shallow caves near the surface. But having something that's like an underground ice spikes environment almost would be pretty cool. Plenty of opportunities, though, and plenty of time. The game's going to be around forever, so... A deep purple wood for the end, maybe an iron equivalent. Yeah, like, one of the things that really changed in the Nether update was making the Nether basically illegal wheat. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. A little while ago, I posted a thing where there was a couple of naturally generated cocoa beans on some dirt, and I took the tree down, and the dirt was just there with cocoa beans on it. I was like, this is illegal bean placement. And so I might post illegal wheat placement a little later as well. Any more hay bales? Doesn't look like it. There's a lot of wheat growing in this village, but not a lot of it already gathered. Yeah, it's usually near these wheat farms in savannah villages. Not to worry. Found deep slate coal the other day, thought that was rare, but am I wrong? I mean, it can still be rare and you can find it. Like, those two things are not impossible. But deep slate coal is not as rare as people thought it was going to be, because coal veins, when they generate, are typically quite large. And there are some cases, even though coal generation is supposed to dwindle towards the bottom of the world, you can have a lot of coal generate. So deep slate coal is not as uncommon, and when you find it, you usually find, like, 5 or 6 blocks of it all in one go, kind of thing. Deep slate emerald is much more rare, because it's only in certain biomes and it's only in a small vein size, so you might still get regular emerald. Almost worth killing the skeletons and the creeper here, to be honest. Can't tell if that skeleton walked down a hole or if it just despawned from being too far away. Oh no, it's there. Hi. Just for the bones. May as well get the bones. The bones and the gunpowder. There was only 1 gunpowder, it wasn't that much. So, absolutely no hay bales whatsoever in that village. Oh wait, no, there's some in the little fenced-off area. I couldn't see the wood for the trees. Speaking of which... one of these trees appears to be a horse, chat. Shall we rescue it from its current situation? I think we probably should. Come out, you weirdo. You know that one bit from The Simpsons where Homer disappears into the hedge? Or he emerges from the hedge and people play it backwards? I've never seen that episode of The Simpsons, so I don't know, like, for certain which way it is. but that's what this horse is doing. Should we just name this horse Homer? If I had an anvil on me, I would. Instead, I'll just take the hay and walk away. Homer is a good name for a horse. I think so. Just check there's no wheat down there. Doesn't look like it. Is it a homing horse? Well, it seems to already be there, so... This is just a beach, not a desert, so no chance of a desert village. Interesting little land formations. I don't want to load too many new chunks while I'm out here, but I have explored this somewhat meticulously. Don't recall whether this pillager outpost had any cages, though. It does not. It does have hay bales, though. Yoink! Oh, go away. I'm just here for the hay bales. I think I got all of them. Yeah. See what's up over here. Golden hoe, fortune 3. Nice. And 2 regular golden apples, which I guess I'll take. Mending gold axe. Almost usable. I'll take this for loot. They need to add tea to the game. I'm happy having it in real life. I feel like for them to add tea to the game, they've got to have like a thirst mechanic, because tea curing hunger doesn't really make sense. Yeah, no, they can't even raid the village to get more hay bales, because I've already taken those. I'm all about ruining pillagers' days, man. When are they adding stackable potions? They were talking about doing that in the tests for the combat updates, but we don't know the status of those. They've just been on the back burner while other changes to the game were made. It was never formally announced as an update. It was just something Jeb was trying, so we don't know for certain if that's coming to the game or not. Any spruce villagers in chat? Lovely looking, is this old growth pine taiga? Yeah, it is. A little bit of cheeky lush cave under here as well. Haven't really seen a lush cave so far. Haven't spent much time in a lush cave. It's a lot of dripstone and deep dark around where we are. Excuse me. Kiwi Cat, thank you so much for the 6 months of Prime. Welcome back. Do these villages typically have hay bales? I know they're mostly jack-o'-lanterns. Ooh, hello. Now then, here's an opportunity. Hey there, bud. Alright, Evoker's dead. I'm terrible at fighting these. Alright, that's one Vex head. Lagging out slightly here as well. There we go, gotcha. Hi. You know what else bundles are really good for? Storing mob heads. Because these are an addition to the inventory by datapack creators. They're not really for vanilla gameplay. Oh, is that the dragon egg wool sculpture? How adorable. Does this have anything in it? I can never remember, because I've never really found secret rooms in mansions very successfully. Or is it just the back of a cat? Oh, it's the back of a cat. I'm just creating a butthole for the cat. I do apologize. Sorry, folks. Didn't mean for you to see that. Any other illagers? Lore. Don't you dare say lore at that. Absolutely atrocious. Found random rooms with chests on top of the mansions. I know, mine never have them. Yeah, it's definitely a cat. What was I thinking? Hello. I'm going to turn my sounds up again. Just so I can hear these guys a little better. Get wrecked. Anyone in here? Any skeletons in the closet? Sometimes it happens. It's always very funny when it does. Occasionally you get creepers up here as well, which is a nightmare. I'll grab the gunpowder as well. And to be fair, we were out here looking for wheat, so better than nothing. There's a Vindicator somewhere around here as well. Oh. Hello. Side room? Yeah, there's one. Oh, yikes. Not good. Not good. Shield broke. Okay. Just going to back off there for a second. My wings activated in there when I didn't want them to. I knew that was a bad thing. Whew. Yeah, I never really like having a chest plate in these places, but chances are I might need one. What's my regular one? This one. There we go. We'll put these in here, and that way if I die out here, at least I have my elytra to come back. I've got a totem as well, but shields are better. Set my spawn? I could do that too. There we go. Now, my leggings aren't going to break. They're fine. They've got, like, 112 durability. Vindicators have to hit harder than that. Especially because I'm right here, baby! Thanks for the axe there, bud. There's another one around here somewhere, but you can sometimes hear them through the floor. We might only have one evoker in this mansion as well. Interesting generation. I think that's the terrain. But we'll go and check the staircase. If we can. Hello? Oh, skeleton. That's pretty funny. Anyone else? I might take the bookshelves, to be fair. Bookshelves are worth it. Why am I using diamond tools and not netherite? I'm taking my time to upgrade because once I have netherite tools, I want to have custom textures for them. And at present, I don't have those custom textures figured out. So... haven't really seen those before. That's interesting. Like, I don't tend to look around all that much when I'm in mansions because I know what to expect and what I'm looking for, but I don't recall really having seen those rooms with the banners hanging on the walls very often. Well, it's a stack of books already, which is nice. That goes back through to there. This goes back through to there. Ah, never seen one of these before. Exciting times. Spider spawner room. Of course, they're all up at the ceiling now. That's super fun. It's a regular spider spawner as well, not a cave spider. Yeah, there are spider rooms in mansions. I've literally never seen one before. And yeah, I think the staircase is behind the dirt wall. So what we're going to do is go through here. Oh, it's going to be so dark in here because it's half spawned inside of a cliff. Oh, couple of creepers. Free gunpowder. The amount of times Vindicators spawn, like, in here as well is really funny to me. Don't think there's one in there, but... Alright, let's bundle a few more things just so I've got the space. We can put the gold block in there because I'm not getting more than one of those. Yes, yes, I know. Lots of zombies. Calm down. Alright, second floor. Let's put torches in the rooms so we know we've cleared them. Hello. Oh, he dodged. Nice dodge, dude. And then the second arrow just went through you because of server lag, I guess. There's a lot going on in this room to our left. But what if we had a little sniping position? Oh, the creeper would come and see us. That's what would happen. Is there a third one in there? It sounds like there's a third one. Unless he's on the room downstairs. Yeah, no third one. Lots and lots of mob noises. So, staircase that way. Lots of coming this way. Wow, alright. Nothing in here. Just a zombie with a shovel in there. Gotta watch my back a little. Gonna put that there to light things up a little. Can't believe the generation here. That's so interesting. I've never seen one that's this buried in the walls. In the terrain. Don't need the spider eyes for anything. Nothing going on in here. Double back around for where all those mobs are coming from. Oh boy, it's a conga line. Do I still have my... Oh no, I do have my good bow. It's like the one thing I took with me to the Warden hijinks from yesterday was I brought my good bow with me. Mostly so I'd have infinity. This room's fine. This room's fine. This room looked like there were a lot of mobs in it. There might be a Vindicator on that balcony. There's definitely a couple of spiders. This house has a spider problem, even. Chuck those in the corner. Is there a guy up there? Doesn't look like there is. Protection 2 book. I'll take the string, I guess. Hello? Is that on the roof? Sounds like zombies burning in the sun. I'm starting to think that Vindicator I'm hearing is downstairs. It's on the first floor, the ground floor. Should I just take a flower? That was the first time I picked up a flower. These rooms are always tricky because there's so much opportunity for mobs to spawn, like, up on that rail. So I keep an eye out for those. Yeah, that was my first time holding an Oxeye Daisy. Imagine. We had checked this room. Scared a baby zombie's just going to come out of nowhere. They will, but don't worry about it. I'm more worried about these guys and the Vindicators, because they're the ones who can do damage. Baby zombie's not too much of a problem when I have my full diamond armor on. Ding. We'll stick the string in there. I really wish I could put the enchanted book in there, but I cannot. Will I seal the mansion in a display case? I'd love to. Need a lot of glass for that. And to be fair, it's out here where nobody would see it, so it wouldn't be as funny. There's our baby zombie. Oh, there's two of them. A family. One of them had an arrow. I'm not sure from where. And here come the parents. There's 3 of them, but that's pretty common on this server. There he is. Hey there, bud. Wow, you're fast. I think he had a little bit of laggy speed there as well. Quick boy. A quickman. Useless music disc. Just checking nothing's creeping up on me. Hey, there's Catherine. Dark oak saplings. Another Vindicator down the hallway. Bit of redstone. Wouldn't mind that. Don't think we've got any of our blue guests in there, though. I would have heard them from upstairs. They're quite loud. Still hearing a Vindicator in one of these. Gold ingots, bones. Oh, bundle's full. String, name tag, wheat. Throw that. Chainmail's nice, but I'm not going to bring it. Oh, hello. Pseudo-secret room, kinda. There's a zombie in here, but no allays. This isn't the kind of jail that has allays in it, unfortunately. Also just run out of torches. Where is that Vindicator, then? Must be a secret room in here somewhere. Aside from this one, I mean. Because this one isn't really a secret room, right? Oh, no, it is. Interesting. Entrance just didn't generate. We got an axe. Great. Although, the Illagers have cracked the secret of farming one-wide dark oak trees. When will players get this technology, Mojang? Oh, there is an allay somewhere. Oh. Aha! Alright, jailbreak time. Come with me, buddy. See, where is this? Because this is not, as far as I can tell, part of the corridor generation. We're all part of the corridor generation. Dream96, thank you so much for gifting that sub. Shenko with the 9 months of Prime. There's our other Vindicator. Hey, there it is. Some flowers. Did I not come around this way? I guess I didn't, right? I think that's our last Vindicator. Just gonna make sure I'm at full hunger. Not worried about the Enderman. That should be enough. Oh, one more. Anvil room. It's a badly damaged anvil. You stay away from the lava. Come this way. Luck of the C3, alright. We'll throw the carpet in here. We don't really need the carpet. Likewise, all of these miscellaneous planks can go in there. Interesting. So yeah, those allays are, technically speaking, in part of a secret room, because they don't seem to be connected to the corridors here. Our little friend is still managing to keep up, which is good. What's the Toy Story advancement about? It's for having an allay pick up an item and throw it to you. So the first time it does this, that's when you get the advancement. So it was like through here. It's like a little secret corridor in the mansion. Haha! Incredible. Okay, I've never actually seen a mansion generate this blocked off before. So we have a few more little friends that we can rescue. It sounds like there's a good few mobs around somewhere, but... Friendo! Come down, buddy. I think that's all of them. I think there might just be a cave generating somewhere nearby, because this is in the side of a hill, right? Look at them go! Legends. So we've got 5 of them. I think there might have been 1 or 2 more in there. But if we know the coordinates, we can always come back for them. Right, our next task is getting back to my nether portal, which is going to be quite difficult if we're avoiding using Elytra, because that tends to leave the allays behind. Alright, let's toss the junk out here. I mean, we're just going to get the rotten flesh back, aren't we? If I can use them to help me farm wheat a bit, that'd be fun. Where do I need to go for... east? And a little bit this way, I think. Alright, well, let's make sure I bring this with me. Can you lead them? Yes. I just don't have any leads. Let's see how far we can go and how far before they get lost. We've got 5, though. My respawn is set on the mansion roof. Yeah, I know. I can leave the bed there and come back. Or just leave it there and never return and go and sit on a bed somewhere else. Alright, cool. They're keeping up. We good? 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's number 5? Where's thing 5 got to? Yeah, they're all around. If I stay above the tree line, might be a little easier to see when they're actually reaching me or not. I guess if all else fails, we can throw some rotten flesh on the ground and they should all come and... yeah, attempt to pick it up. There we go. Alright. Would I agree ender chests and shulkers are underutilized by most? I mean, most people will use them, but yeah, I feel like there's optimal ways of using them. There we go, we got all 5. I am being bold here and assuming that 5 is the number that we want to get away with. There might have been a couple more in the mansion, but they can just go free. Is it D&D this Sunday? I think it's D&D this Sunday. I think the hot dish was a little bit under the weather. I think she may have come down with something, so stay tuned on that front, because I'm not certain if we're gonna do D&D this weekend or not. Sashay, thank you for the 7 months. Roll call. The old rotten flesh roll call. What's D&D? Dungeons and Dragons. I play with a group called the 8-Bit Community, who are a bunch of variety and Minecraft streamers. Yeah, I think I went pretty far west from the savannah where I can expect my portal was. So let's head this way. And hopefully the squad will be able to follow me. Yeah, looks like we've got all of them. They don't like going in water much, so they'll hover around. Empire's SMP D&D? At some stage I would love to. We talked about it a lot last stream. What's my favorite D&D enemy, be it design, lore, or mechanics? Interesting, I don't really know. Because I'm not all that familiar with the broader world of D&D. And so, like, I've only been playing since 2020, so I don't have, like, a huge grasp on the canon of D&D so much. Like, the stuff that interests me about D&D is much more about, like, the game system, and I tend to do homebrew stuff with the group that I play with outside of 8-Bit Community, so it's much more interesting to have, like, a world that you can just shape to whatever you want it to be. Do I have any tips for someone who wants to get into D&D? Play with your friends, first and foremost, because you already have a rapport with your friends. Joining a game with a group of strangers tends to lead to, I won't say immediate conflict, because sometimes you can find a really good group, but it's difficult to gauge what everybody's level of interest is, how seriously people are going to take it, that kind of stuff. But if you're playing with friends, then friends are usually pretty good at knowing each other's limits. Okay, we only have 4 right now. The 5th one seems to have gotten stuck somewhere. Need to do another roll call. There he is. Yeah, come on this way. This way, bud. If I just do this every so often. There we go. Alright. We'll keep an eye on them. We'll row slowly. They do have an unfortunate tendency to wander a lot. Yeah, decide what sort of game you want to have, absolutely. Because, yeah, some people aren't going to be as comfortable with the character roleplay stuff. Some people are going to thrive on that. Other folks might want to do a bit more kind of min-maxy numbers combat kind of thing. Our group on 8-Bit Community has a good mix of both. But if you're just getting into D&D for the first time, like, there's so much media out there. There's podcasts, there's people live stream it on Twitch. There's all kinds of stuff going on, so it's always worth getting a taste of what it feels like before you actually play your first game and decide what you like about what you're watching or listening to. So my problem now is that I'm not sure what the coordinates are of the portal that leads me back to the Froglight farm. Just going to dip into my screenshots here and see if I can track it down. It's not that one. Not that one either. Okay, right. May have been sort of heading in the wrong direction. Need to be going this way, really. Alright. Well, hopefully I can convince this lot to come with me. I need to get the screenshot out of the way so it's not blocking chat.
Well, that's just prime.
There we go. Marilyn, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Brand new sub to the channel. Enjoy your emotes and your sub badge. Welcome to the Pixels. See you later, Blast Jordan. Have a good one. They sound like laughing children. They do a little bit. It is kind of creepy, but they clearly have good intentions. I'm holding the rotten flesh as though that's the thing that's luring them towards me, like holding wheat out for cows, but really they're just going to follow me regardless. Yeah, we can go around this way, I think. I wonder if they have a slightly easier time following me on land compared to on water.
Well, that's just prime.
Not sure if it's down to movement speed or the way the game tracks player position, but it might be slightly better this way. No, the Elytra is too fast for them. Once you get 64 blocks away, I think is the outer limit, typically, of their follow range, they tend to lose you. And you accelerate too fast with Elytra. It's one of the reasons I kind of find it funny that Mojang tried to nerf Elytra boosting a little bit, like to slow down how fast you could travel in one of the snapshots for 118, and they ended up not going with that change in the end, but I think it actually would have made traveling with Allays a little easier. That's not my portal, that's a ruin portal, I think. Wish they kept that change. Yeah, I mean, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other, really. The speed you can travel with Elytra wasn't even necessarily capped because you could gain height and then dive, and you could still accelerate faster than rocket boosting would allow. But, yeah, it didn't necessarily make all that much sense. They also changed it so that Elytra durability was only affected when you used rockets, which meant that you could travel incredibly fast or incredibly far without having to worry about your Elytra durability. And I think that was kind of part of the change they were proposing. Any D&D changes I would recommend? What do you mean by changes? Like, what would I do differently if I had D&D as a system? Like, I don't really know. Again, like, I've not been playing long enough to really develop enough experience with it. Would I recommend any specific house rules? I think the main one to remember is, like, the rule of cool applies to everything. And if the DM says something happens because it's cool, then that's kind of the overriding... There we go, Savannah. I think that might be where we're going. That's like the overriding rule of any D&D session is like, You don't have to rules lawyer absolutely every decision if it's in service of a good story.
Well, that's just prime.
Jack Graham, thank you so much for the Prime sub. And Mythos, thank you so much for the 4 months. It taught me a lot and made me laugh, and there's many more months of good times. Yes, absolutely. LA, magical being that follows you, dogs, derpy animals that teleport. Yeah. I would honestly love if they added a thing to dogs the way they have with allays, where you can't attack an animal that you've tamed. Like, I know it's different with allays. We've lost one as well, by the way. I know it's different with allays, but it would be kind of nice to not accidentally hit your own dog when you're attacking mobs with it, you know? Especially with sweeping edge. Seriously, where is allay number 5? Only got 4 of them now. It's up here. Why are you up here, lad? Come down. And then come this way. For goodness sake. Thank you for the rotten flesh. Come on. Can you reproduce allays? You can in the next update to Minecraft 1.19.1, but we're not on that on this server yet. We're still waiting for like mods to update and stuff. What do I think 1.20 will be? No idea. I'm looking forward to it, though. Looking forward to finding out. Okay, do we have all 5 of them? Thank goodness for that. Gosh. Another survival guide, any Minecraft building guide or tutorials I would recommend? Sure, go watch Mythical Sausage. He has a lot of really good starter house tutorials. After that, honestly, like, you won't find tutorials for massive builds all that often, because that kind of stuff is very difficult to do a tutorial for. Long projects take a lot of existing experience, but just watch some folks whose Minecraft series revolve around building, especially folks on Hermitcraft. If you want to get more interesting build inspiration, look at stuff that Scar and Pearl are doing, and they're exceptional, so don't feel like you have to like reach that standard right away. But if you want to be inspired to see what Minecraft survival is capable of in terms of building, then they are both very inspirational builders. I mean, everyone on Hermitcraft is great, don't get me wrong, but Scar and Pearl are like standouts in terms of terraforming and taking a design from concept to completion. Obviously, Gemini Tay is a fantastic builder as well. We've got a lot of really great builders on this server, so yeah, I do recommend just shopping around, finding people whose style suits you, who have built in styles that you find interesting and would like to learn from. BOO, obviously, fantastic builder. Has some really interesting ideas when it comes to texturing builds as well. Is doing stuff that I don't see that many other people doing. At least not in survival. Do I think archaeology will be the main focus of 1.20? Probably not. Much as I hate to say it, probably not. I would love to see them do more with that system in future, but I don't see it being... Like, I feel like with this update, I'm not sure what they have planned in the first place, so it may not necessarily work out with what they already had planned, but I think Mojang might see this as something that needs to be a bit of a crowd pleaser because of the dissatisfaction with the Wild update after some of the stuff people thought was going to be coming to the Wild update and wasn't, and after the amount of negativity that's happened around this player reporting feature. I think 1.20 could be the chance to earn back a lot of community interest and a lot of community goodwill if it's a good concept, well liked and executed properly. Obviously in game development that's your goal most of the time, so it's really like it's difficult to imagine them not wanting to do that, but yeah, I can also imagine them wanting to put an update together just because they've had an idea in mind for a while and they would like to see it through, whether it's a hit with players or not. So it's kind of difficult, really. Yeah, we haven't updated Empires to 1.19.1 yet because of mod compatibility and various other things. Plus, it's just a hassle. Like, if there's not anything that you are 100% relying on, like, LA duplication would be nice, but it's not essential. Like, we're not all super enthusiastic about getting LAs. I know I've got 5 of them right here, but I lucked into a woodland mansion. Like, LA duplication is really the only thing that's like a bonus about this upcoming update. The other things are player reporting, which makes no difference to us on this server because we're all friends and it's not a public server. And the what do you call it? Skulk Catalyst XP nerf, which, like, again, none of us are farming the Warden at this point, but we also don't necessarily need the Skulk Catalyst XP nerf. So we're really just making sure that all of the mods we use are up to date and solid, you know? How far am I from my empire? I'm about 5,000 blocks away from spawn, so I'm about 5,000 blocks away from my empire. Yoink! When we get in the next Minecraft Live, I would assume that they've got one on the way in, like, end of September, beginning of October. Seems to be the time they typically do them. Oh, more emerald ore. Ah! Ravenfire Gaming, Ineria, thank you so much for the bits. Have some I don't like subs but want to support your great stream anyway bits. Hey, thanks. I appreciate support in all the forms it arrives. Honestly, just watching the stream and hanging out and chatting is the greatest vote of confidence in what I do. So, thank you all for being here. We've had massive attendance on these Empire streams lately. Will I go through the Nether to get home? Probably, yes. I'm not entirely certain what we're going to do with the allays once I get back to this portal, but hey, we're going to find out, I guess. Do I have the specs? My rig listed anywhere? Yes. Disclaimer, my rig was built for me by a professional company and the budget was provided by NVIDIA because I was doing a collab with them for Minecraft RTX launch. So bear in mind that my PC specs were something that I was very lucky to have and may not... I mean, while they are worth getting if you've got the budget for it, they're pretty high spec. But yeah, it's in the About section of my Twitch page and my YouTube page. Attach leads to the allays and then I can figure it out at my convenience. Yeah, great idea. I don't have any leads on me, though. Otherwise, I would already be doing that, because making sure they're all following me like this is painful enough. Has anyone used the Emerald Fountain yet? I don't believe so. I'm not sure if they've, like, tried to use it, and then because it works a little bit slowly, they've thought that it wasn't working, but nobody's, like, brought it up to me in the chat, so I presume that people just don't have Emerald ore or don't want to give it to me, which is entirely fine. Alright, that's all 5 of them. Good. What do I think of the Lava Walker enchantment? Should it be added to the Minecraft base game? Honestly, I think Impulse was selling it too cheaply. Like, I think I would have paid, like, so much extra for that. I think it's a little bit too OP to be added to vanilla, to be honest, but hey. It's the Hermits. They're OP anyway. Can speak on Lizzie's behalf. She has no emeralds. I mean, Lizzie doesn't have a whole lot, it turns out. On the stream the other day when we were messing around with Joel and the Warden and everything, Lizzie got killed a couple of times and she had such weird bizarre stuff on her. It's like she was carrying around 5 note blocks and some string. I was like, alright, Lizzie. Odd things for a genuine human being to carry. What's my favorite Minecraft mod of all time? Honestly, the replay mod has changed the way I make Minecraft content. And I know that's a boring answer because it's not a content mod, but I haven't really played that much with content mods, to be quite honest. I always thought Thormcraft was a fantastic idea. It was very different to vanilla Minecraft, but the systems that you had in that mod were just so inventive. I really like the study mechanic where you're like combining elements and stuff. There are whole mobile games that feel like that, and Thormcraft was a mod distributed for free. But the alchemy components of it were just so interesting. Genuine human being is the most suspicious way you could describe a genuine human being. Exactly. It was the joke Zloy edited into the recap this week because of Grian's not a resistance thing was like that one tweet from somebody that was like, my not involved in human trafficking t-shirt is generating a lot of questions already answered by my t-shirt. What item do I use my allays for most? Honestly, in Survival Guide, I've used them for a variety of things. I think they are most useful for stuff like composting mangrove leaves for you if all you want to do is farm mangrove wood. That's what I tend to use them for the most. Alright, we have all 5 of them here. Now what? I have enough string that I could make leads. The problem is I don't really have any way of getting leads unless I have them in one of my ender chest boxes, which I don't believe I do. So let's find out real fast and hope that the allays don't just decide to wander through my nether portal while I'm here. I think one of them may already have done that. Oh no, there's 5 of them. Good. I think what I honestly might do is build a box, throw some rotten flesh in there, and then just leave them all in it while I go looking for stuff. Because I know where a swamp is from here. It's actually where I got a lot of the mud that I used for building the Great Bridge. But I do not know whether I could get there with all of these allays in tow. I don't feel comfortable doing that. So I might build a box for them. We can build something that's like this. It kind of feels like we're just putting them back in jail again, but it's for a good reason. Alright, now there's 4 of them. Oh no, there's 5. There's 5. I need more blocks. Right, you lot. At this point, I need you all to get in here and not leave. That's most of them. We need this one that's here in the tree to come down. The problem is when I throw it on the edge there, they all just immediately fly out of the box. Yeah, it's going to be tricky, isn't it? I think I've got all of them. I think they're all in there. There's no way of knowing except for looking around here, but I think all of them are in there. Okay, so now I can go looking for swamp for leads. Oh. Are they more trouble than they're worth? Almost certainly. Are they also fun? Yes. Free cam in? No, I think we got it. I think we nailed it. More hay bales. More hay bales while I'm here. Dream96, thank you so much for the $10. Just want to say I thoroughly enjoyed the Warden shenanigans yesterday. It was funnier than anything that could have been scripted. Oh, yes. No, we improv a lot of the interactions on this server for that very reason. Because we're all quite funny. But, yeah, thank you. A smaller, sort of stripped-down version of that is going to be in my next video if you want more of that from my perspective. Because I obviously wasn't streaming at the time. Right, let's go find this swamp real quick. The moon is relatively full, so it looks like we're going to have a decent night's slime farming. All I need is, like, 5 slime. Not even that, because you get 2 leads for the crafting recipe, right? So I need, like, 3 slime max. There's a mangrove right here. A little swamp attached to it. That's perfect. What's my streaming schedule? Exclamation point times in the chat. Ginger's already done it for you. This is the swamp where I got my my first frogs on the server. So hopefully we should see a slime around here sometime. Once we get up here and stuff despawns, we can slowly spiral down, and hopefully stuff will have spawned on the surface. There we go, slimes, perfect. Oh, and there's a big one right there as well. That's even better. Oh, yikes. Was not considering that part. Oh, was not expecting that to work out, but it did. Amazing. I might stay here and farm a little bit more slime since there's a bunch of them, because I need sticky pistons. Not sure where that creeper went in the end, but... Oh, he's down here somewhere. I'm not sure if, like, splitting a slime up like that makes them persistent. I presume not, otherwise all mob farms would use them, but... Hopefully while we go and kill these little ones, it's not going to be despawning over there. Forty Thieves, thanks so much for the 3 months. Welcome back. Spider did not know what was going on. It was like, are you up in a tree? No, I'm not up in a tree. You fool. Alright, that was pretty successful. I only got looting 2 on this sword, but we got over a stack of slime, which is great. Oh, and there's another one down here. Which we can grab the giblets of. Even better. 6418. Hey, not bad. Wonder if anyone will build that swamp slime farm Doc M showed off. I'm sure a bunch of people have built it already. I don't know if I'm going to build it on this server. We don't really have any convenient swamps nearby. We've got a big mangrove swamp where Shelby lives. But I don't think we're about to turn bits of the Evermore into a technical build, so... It doesn't seem all that likely compared to traditional slime farms that you can build anywhere. Which is really the advantage of them. Because swamps aren't all that frequent, I'm finding. On this server, at least. Don't let the mangrove claim you. Don't worry, this mangrove is harmless.
Well, that's just prime.
Alright, I think we're good. Delta Golf Charlie, thank you so much for the 10 months. And bye Ulp, thank you for the 4 months earlier as well. 4 months of adventures, and many more to come, I hope. What's the name of my area? Right now I'm just calling it the Ancient Capital. It doesn't really have a name that I've thought of yet. It will have one eventually, but I'm taking my time with that. Never had the patience to build a slime farm. It's honestly not too hard. It's just a matter of digging stuff out, and if you want it to be efficient, you have to dig all the way down to bedrock. But that's easier once you've got moss and a decent supply of bone meal, I find. If you're happy turning the moss into bone meal as you go, then you can dig it out pretty easily. My empire is in the acacia biome. The savanna, yes. But my empire is more of like one part of my project. My project is really just to create more details of the past of the world, and so it doesn't necessarily count as like a landmark of my empire. It's not like where my base is, but I'm also going to be like building stuff elsewhere in the world that's part of the world's backstory and sometimes even part of its present. Do I plan on building ruins from Season 1? Only if people ask me to. Because in my personal opinion, that's kind of boring. Like, I like the idea in theory because, yeah, we get to do fun callbacks to Season 1, but I think for a start, you've already seen all of that stuff built, so building it again feels kind of strange. And also, the thing about Season 1 is that it took place in a completely different arrangement of biomes, and, like, the world in Minecraft is virtually infinite. So the idea that this is somehow taking place in exactly the same place as Season 1 did just doesn't make any sense to me, geographically speaking. Have I thought about building secret ruins under other people's bases? What makes you think I haven't already? Not going to worry too much about the rest of this. I might actually go back and see if there are any more hay bales in that village, because I didn't get to completely scour the area. What's the thing being projected on my back wall? It's not a projection, it's a series of light panels. And right now that is the pan flag, I think. The channel points on this channel can be used to change it to a variety of like pride flags, different colors, Minecraft scenes, stuff like that. It does kind of look like Tetris, yeah, you're right. See? Silverfish Stone just changed it. Yeah, there's a few more hay bales here. Which I may as well take instead of waiting for my wheat farm to grow, because, once again, probably won't be back out here for a little while. This village doesn't mean all that much at this stage. Elcorn, thank you so much for the 53 months. Any plans to go back to Final Fantasy stream? Yes, for the 5-year anniversary, Tinker has been bugging me about it for a while, and I would like to do some other kind of stream at some stage. So for my 5-year anniversary of becoming, I guess, an affiliate, because that was the first time people could sub to me, like long before I got made partner, I'm going to be streaming Final Fantasy IX with the mod that updates all of the backgrounds and stuff to HD, and all of the art style kind of redevelops to go along with the retextured sprites and stuff from the remaster. When did the bundles get added? Bundles were added in 1.17. They're just part of the code. They're not actually in a vanilla, like in a default release. You can't craft them, but you can add them back in using a data pack on Java. And they were never added to Bedrock. Jenny, thank you for the 100 bits. Warden Shenanigans yesterday was so dang funny. It was. I had a great time. I had a great time. It's going to be fun clips for my next episode as well. Watched all the Final Fantasy IX playthrough on the Pixel VODs. It was fantastic. Yeah, Muggery mod is going to be so fun.
Well, that's just prime.
From what I've seen of it, it looks spectacular as well. Like, they've done such a good job. 3 bits, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome on in. For the Secret Shrine of Empire Season 1, did you build the shrine, or did I actually find it randomly there? Of course I built it. There's no structures that generate like that in Minecraft. I built it. And that's the problem I have with a lot of the roleplay stuff, is like, unless you have somebody building something for you, your reaction to it can never really be genuine, and that always felt very weird to me. So that's one of the reasons I like building stuff for other people in this series, is that when they find it, their reactions are going to be genuine. They will genuinely have no idea what's going on, unless we've agreed upon details of it beforehand, and I'm trying to keep those details like as minimal as possible, so that it turns out as like a really neat experience for everybody involved, including me. Right, we can make some fences here and leash the allays to them. Thanks for the rotten flesh, guy. And I guess you weird bunch of balloons. There we go. So we can take down this shelter, because they're not really in any danger from anything.
Well, that's just prime.
Captain Bo, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Brand new sub to the channel. Enjoy your emotes and your sub badge. Welcome to the Pixels. What's my opinion on boba milk tea? Never had it, so no idea. Alright, that's all going to be fine in there. We have one leftover lead. I think we might try taking one allay back to the ruins through the nether. And we'll see how well that goes, and then we'll try bringing the other ones with us after that. I might drop some of this stuff in here just in case. Although I can put it in my ender chest, right? That'll work out. Provided that I have room in any of these. I guess this one will be fine. So I'll put these in here. The gunpowder is a score as well, to be honest. Really need gunpowder. Alright. Junk box. Let's bring one lead with us. We've got the Silk Touch. Allays do look like balloons. In the same way that bees do, yeah. Oh, let's also grab some rotten flesh just to focus them all in one place when I do this. Just in case they start to run off. That's looking okay. And it's just this guy who is not on a lead. Did another one of the leads drop somewhere? Or did I put it in that box a second ago? This is the main problem, is just making sure you've got a lead on you in the meantime. Yeah, I put them in here, didn't I? Of course I did. Okay, let's try going through to the nether. Come on, bud. Yeah, especially because that's going to happen. No, 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 no. Come this way. Come this way. Go through the portal. Great. Where's he at? Hello? Where'd you go, bud? Oh, there you are. Nice. Good work. Yeah, this is why 4 of them at a time is difficult. And I think it's going to be better running back, because I feel like this is going to be too fast for the lead. That's working pretty well. As long as the lead doesn't get trapped on a corner of anything, then I think we're okay. Nice. Now come this way. Sweet! We did it. Can't you put them in a boat? I mean, you can, but I can only do that with one of them at a time, and I had multiple allays back there.
Well, that's just...
Oh, and the lead's still attached. Nice. That happens so infrequently, though. That's kind of the problem. Like, you have to go through a certain amount of time after the allay to make sure that the lead stays attached. Does the allay have a predator? No, they don't. I mean, they're captured by illagers, but they don't get attacked by anything. If they get hit by anything, it's usually incidental, like if a skeleton accidentally shoots one or something. Right, I don't know where I have any... I don't have any fences in the build. I guess I got some here. There we go. Cool beans. We got a dude. They should make a hostile version of the allay. It steals your items. That's what Vexes are. It's just like a different behavior. Oh. What's the next ruin on the list? I don't really have a list. I'm just building stuff as it occurs to me, because I'm also building other bits and pieces elsewhere on the server, so my time is split between different projects. Foxes pick up dropped items and keep them? Yeah, they've already got, like, a mob that has that behavior, right? Okay. Keeleon, thank you so much for the 36.32. I assume that's something in old money. Yeah, I definitely need to repair my leggings after this. I made 6 leads. Yeah, there's 4 attached to the other 3 allays, the other 4 allays. Will all of my world-building builds be seen on my channel, or will some be left secret to discover on others' channels over time? All of the stuff that's part of other people's stories is going to be showing up on their channels first, and then my channel afterwards. And then there are some that I plan to build once I'm done with... Hello? Where my boat? Once I'm done with a couple of the things I'm working on right now, there are going to be some which are just randomly scattered throughout the world that people aren't going to see unless somebody stumbles across it. Although, obviously, I'm going to record the process of building most of them, so that when the season ends, if any of them weren't found, I can still, like recap where some of them were. Might even try running a couple of them myself to see if I remember how they worked, because that'd be quite funny. Alright, let's try with 2 this time. So let's leave 2 of them here, and have 2 of these with us. See you later, Gandarian. Have a good one. I think both of those went through. That's 1 there. Where's t'other one? Possible the other one didn't go through. It looked like it did, but... Oh, no, there it is. I should stop doubting them. Come this way, guys. Then being on leads and also searching for items... sometimes works really well, and other times just kind of screws up their AI a bit, I think. Come this way. Come on. They do also occasionally seem to need line of sight to the item, and other times they're just like, oh no, it's right there by your feet. I see it, okay. And this is what I don't want to see. I don't want them to be, like, on top of the tunnel while I'm doing this. Because I think that one's just come detached now. Oh, no, it's still there. It's just being awkward. Are you coming this way? Okay, I think I've got them. I can't really tell with the direction I'm looking. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And now I should be able to bring 2 of them. I've only got 1 of them. Okay, we'll come back for the other one. It'll probably unload. Don't need that. Oh, I've lost both of them now. See, this is the problem with 2 of them, right? 1 of them was kind of okay. 2 of them, unmanageable. Oh, and I just went entirely the wrong way because I got turned around. Right, there's 1 of them. Let's see if we can go back as far as the other one. There's the other lead. Okay, cool. Hey, bud. Come here. Come here and stay here, please. Oh, and now he's in the boat, which is not the worst outcome, I guess. Yeah, I haven't got buttons on every single one of these ice blocks either, so we get occasional spawns. Alright, here's our other friend. Didn't quite manage to... Oh, yikes, I hate this. Sink! Okay, get on the lead. Am I now heading further away? I am. Okay, so I was going the wrong way that time. Yeah, it's when they get trapped between the ice blocks is a problem, but... Yeah... Most of the time they like to stay above you, so it's less of an issue, but sometimes they just kind of take matters into their own hands, you know? Okay, I think I got him that time. Yay! We did it. Okay, that guy didn't drop rotten flesh, so you need to come down. Thank you. Now come through here. Should pick up one lead as we come back through the portal. Oh no, he's dropped it over here. Alright, well we got 2 of them. This has ended up being a different stream than what I expected to be doing. Yeah, I know, every time a gap in the ceiling there's a twinge of anxiety, but... we now have a few friends. Philip, thanks so much for the 3 months. 3 months already, really enjoying the videos and streams. Much love and support from Germany. Hey, thank you so much. All right. LA gathering instead of Blackstone. Yes, I mean, the mud was kind of the incentive to go out there in the first place, and I didn't put mud in the stream title in the end. Am I going to make my nether portal a bit more ruiny? I'm probably going to build a different one at some stage. Is there an empire I think is underrated or deserves more attention? I think all of us deserve more attention because it's nice to have people watching our stuff. The whole Empire's SMP, I think, is underrated, which is funny because we get lots of people watching us. I need to keep that with me just in case. Okay. Do I think there'll be a Season 3? Probably, but we haven't really talked about when Season 2 is going to end. So, as far as I'm aware, like, Season 2 could last forever, basically. I doubt it will, because Minecraft servers don't tend to work like that, but Season 2 could be a lot longer than Season 1. Would Joel ever respond to my calcite wrapping prank? Yes. I don't know if it's in... I don't think he's put it in a video yet, but on my previous stream, he came back with all of the glass and started to encase my mountain in it. He mined it all and then redistributed it across my mountain. Which I thought was quite funny. Ah. Suddenly, my face. Alright, we got 2 of them, we got 2 of them, we've got 1 of them. Now we got none of them. And now we have hoglins. Oh, are they getting attacked by piglins or something? I didn't even see. Anyway, one of these guys is following me, so I'm going to keep going. We'll go back for the other one. Alright, well, we broke the lead again, but he's on his way. And I'm basically there, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Alright, you, come on through. We'll go get your brother in a second. If you're wondering why I'm using, like, male pronouns and stuff for all of the allays, I just think of them as himbos. Am I enjoying this season a bit more with less roleplay approach? Yes, absolutely. Like, I think the roleplay stuff has a lot of value, especially with everyone having been interested in, like, lore SMP or whatever beforehand. But, yeah, I do think if I'm putting less pressure on myself to come up with all of the kind of storyline stuff and act, I have a lot more fun. Definitely. And, like, the way people are approaching it so far this season, the lore is more just, like, excuses to say really silly stuff and have fun, which I'm a lot more of a fan of. Like, the fact that Joel and Thwip are just yelling, lore, and fading to black, and then something storyline-wise happens. Like, it's my kind of humor. It's like, it's kind of sending it up while doing it at the same time, you know? And I feel like Season 1 got a little bit too self-serious at times. A lot of the storylines were very tragic, and I kind of like the idea that we're all just, like, hanging out and having fun this time around. And that's how it started with Season 1 as well, so it didn't feel quite so, you know, immediately serious last time, but... Yikes, alright. I have no idea what's happening over there, but... we may be about to find out. My gosh, that's a lot of hoglins. Would really rather not, thank you. Well, glad we dodged that particular bullet. There we go. He's through. The visual was iconic and beautiful, but also depressing to a degree. And that was one of the things that I feel like has kind of carried over to this season is less like the depressing side of it. Is less the kind of the reasons for tracking stuff like that on the server being a bit more somber, I guess. And I'm much more like about the history of the world for the storytelling side of things, and then as far as what's happening interpersonally on the server, it can just be whatever, you know. Sausage is ready to sprinkle some tragedy in from his video today. I mean, yeah, there's a certain amount of the fan base that really enjoys that kind of stuff, and Sausage is tapping into that, and that's good. That's like what he wants to do, then sure. But I feel like other folks this season are kind of happier just having a more happy-go-lucky kind of tone this season. We'll see how that develops, of course, because everything's open to change, and people like just throwing in some good old angst every so often, but not me. Would you consider asking or showing Matt Mercer around the world at the end of the series? I don't think Matt Mercer would care. I mean, he's a lovely dude by all accounts, so he probably would, but also, like, I don't think it's going to necessarily be relevant to his interests, and I honestly doubt he would have any interest in showing up. He's probably quite a busy man. Like, this isn't really a D&D project, you know what I mean? Oh. Question for the lawman, is Jimmy a toy? That's not a question I can answer. Only Jimmy can answer that. In his heart of hearts, he has to look within himself. Do I plan on having an occasional guest star on the server? I don't plan anything. As for what else might happen this season, I've no idea, to be honest. Like, I don't think any of us have really thought that far ahead. We'll put the redstone dust in there. I really need more redstone. 8 emerald ore now, though. Can throw those in there. And, oh, lots of lovely new mob heads. Exciting times. Going to put in Discord that I have some allays just in case anybody wants one, because I don't see myself using them all that much. Well, not using like all 5 of them at any rate. And eventually we'll be able to duplicate them, so. See, I have so many leads here, but I just keep them all here instead of somewhere useful like this. So we'll leave them in here for now, because then we can take out all of this other junk. I say junk, most of this is really useful. The chest boat's going to stay in there. I can restock all of my slime, although I'll probably turn a bunch of that into sticky pistons in a second. Yeah, so the enchanted books can go in here. I have a ton of arrows in here for no reason. I've got a bed in there as well. I think I might have just shoved a bunch of stuff in here the other day when we were getting ready to fight the Warden. We'll put these in here for now. I just need to get better enchanting setup stuff. I might actually put an enchanting room in the Catacombs at some point, but there's an idea. Like, I didn't know it fell off some vines was a death message. That's incredible. Yeah, 10 out of 10. Death message exists. Mythical sausage fell off some vines. But normally that just says, like, fell from a high place or something. The fact that it actually said he fell off some vines is chef's kiss. Genuinely never seen that before. Of the mosaics of the Catacombs. Thank you. Yeah, I think a lot of glazed terracotta is going to fit really well in this whole ruins environment in general. I need to find a good place for an ender chest down there. We'll throw the emeralds in there and craft a ton of fireworks. Much as I would love to keep some of the gunpowder for TNT, I do need a lot of fireworks. And the last couple of times I've been to Jimmy's shop, he hasn't had any gunpowder, so... Duskmask, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Brand new sub to the channel. Enjoy your emotes and your sub badge. Welcome to the Pixels. El Basket with the 4 months as well. Thank you for the 4 months. Oh, hey. Hey, what's up?
Hi, I'm at Spawn. This is great. Do you have an ender chest?
I do have an ender chest. There's one around.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, that was a fun time.
I've never seen anybody get the death message that says fell off some vines. That's specifically very good.
It was the first time for me as well. I had no idea how it happened.
I've also just brought back some friends.
Oh yes. Oh, I saw it. Look at that. Beautiful.
Ignore these guys.
Oh, they're really nice.
But
they sound horrific.
Yeah, it's probably the fact they're holding rotten flesh. It's a little bit sinister.
Oh yes.
But yeah, I did put it in the Discord that I might end up trading these to people. So if you're in the market for one,
I need one. I need one in my life just to randomly just hang around Sanctuary for no reason, just because.
It seems like a good place for them. To be fair, like it seems like quite
very magical. Yeah.
Peaceful and harmonious and magical place.
This one's coming right at me. Look at that. Oh no, I changed my mind. This one's cuter. No, this one.
It's like being in a pet shop.
Oh, they're tickling me. This is so good.
I think some like custom texture allays would go really well. Like this, they've got some potential, you know.
Oh yeah, I can give him like a little poncho or something. That'd be great.
I've got a poncho on these. Too cute. Far too cute.
I need it. Oh my god, this is so great. I'm gonna see if I can die in a different way later on.
Worth it. Absolutely worth it.
Oh, here you go. You can have a frog in these trying
thanks so much.
Payment for using it. Do you have any food? I'm also gonna die.
Yeah, I can absolutely give you some food. There you go.
Oh, thank you. You're a savior. Oh, where's your catacombs? I want to see it.
This is why I ended up building so close to spawn, so I can rescue people when they inevitably die a painful death.
Oh yes. Perfect.
It's all down here right now.
Oh, I want to go in there and see the dead people.
One of the things people suggested doing is like putting heads on armor stands in some of these so that like they pop up when you open the caskets, but most of them are like facing away from the walls. So
I would die inside
tricky.
if something popped out of this.
But I have block swappers set up in here, so if you turn the page on the lectern, like
That
the whole
is
room.
so much science. Oh, I'm gonna break
transforms.
this. Let's break it. Let's see if I can break it. No, unbreakable. Perfect.
It's actually pretty reliable. I like it.
It's so
And
good.
the other room has them as well, but that's all it is for now. I'm working on expanding this place.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love it. You can put my tomb down here too. Take it from outside.
That's the plan, yeah. Like I want to get a couple of those. If people die in significant ways near me, I feel like I can add another one for your latest death.
Oh,
now.
please, that's a good one. That's an amazing one. Just put the Tarzan achievement or something.
It would be very funny, to be honest, to have like all of the graves in there are just like various times that you've died specifically, and then I feel like it's like
Yes.
the vigil last season was just everybody. This time it's like the life and times of mythical sausage.
Oh my God, yeah, you're gonna have a bunch of them. I died so many times to the warden too. You can add some of those. So many
Yeah.
things. I've died so many times.
Too many people have been blasted apart by the warden so far. So
Yeah, yesterday was so fun. That was so good. All right, I'm gonna go get my stuff before it despawns. Thank you so much.
good luck, man. Good luck.
Oh, I'll try to die later on again.
Sorry about the echo, folks. I play with my speakers on, so there's no real way of me hearing him and there not being some audio bleed, but hopefully that was at least bearable. Custom texture allays as ghosts in the crypt. Oh, imagine. Unfortunately, they're not all that useful down there. Like, I guess maybe you could have them take items to the storage system, but then they'd only carry one specific type of item, right? So it wouldn't quite work out that way. But I like the idea. I like the suggestion. Echo wasn't too bad. Good. Yeah, I did turn my speakers down a little bit when he arrived, but I also need to be able to hear him, so. And as long as it's not for, like, a specific recording scenario or something, I'm kind of fine with the audio quality being a little bit janky. Hopefully acceptable for you lot. We'll throw the gunpowder in there. We'll keep a little bit of it. Got some lily pads. Yeah, the fences and the planks and stuff can all go in the miscellaneous bit of the crypt. Use the LA for mangroves. You can maybe name them different tree type things. Yeah, maybe. I think I'll save name tagging them until I have maybe given a couple of them away. Rehomed them if you prefer, because I know people are a little bit weird about like sentient things being used for labor, but that's the way it goes. How long do the items stay after death? Like 5 minutes, but you have to have the chunks loaded, so it doesn't really matter if you're away from the chunks. That's that there and that there. That should work. Just need different colors. Imagine a pink allay. In the trailer for Minecraft Legends, the upcoming like action strategy title they have planned, there is a yellow allay, which I believe is... It kind of indicates which mode the allay is in, from what I can tell. Like, the blue allays gather resources for you, and the yellow allays are used for building, because the player doesn't do a whole lot of the actions of building themselves. You choose where stuff is built, but then the allays kind of build it for you with whatever resources you have, is what I've been able to kind of piece together so far. Alright, did we leave our mud in one of these? We did, perfect. Okay, so now I should have tons and tons of wheat. So we can craft all of that into lovely packed mud. Wonderful. Very, very good. And then I need to get figuring out a decent wheat farm. I've been considering, just for fun, because this is a fun series, I've been wondering if you could make a wheat farm that was still a giant, like, aesthetically pleasing wheat field. I need to sleep, because otherwise phantoms. If you could make a giant wheat field, but have... Because, like, farmland doesn't suffocate mobs because it's a non-full block, right? So if you had a wheat field that was all kind of planted, probably by hand, maybe by villagers, but the villagers might be a bit of a stretch. But then underneath it, like, basically embedded in the farmland a block below, you have a Ravager. And if you can push it through the blocks of crops... if the minecart was like a block below, then the Ravager's hitbox would allow the crops to be farmed like automatically. You can do that with like a bone meal assisted farm and a Ravager, but I like the idea of having it effectively be like the lawnmower bulldozer thing from last season, but actually have it be a working farm. Like, I kind of want to try it. The return of lawnmower, yeah, absolutely. Like, if we go to my test world for a bit, this is where I've been drafting a couple of designs for like the block swappers and a couple of other bits and pieces. But if we have, let's do a quick fill command around here. We'll set up a single powered rail like this. We'll spawn a Ravager in. We'll get it in a minecart first. Probably need to make this enclosure fairly large. Get the minecart. Ravager spawn egg. There he goes. He's in. So if we put that in here, if we put this guy on there, and then we power that, so at least he, like, goes. Yeah. Oh, okay, he's going to take damage in that. So that's what we really need to test, right? Is if we put, like, let's start with a glass block. If we go from here to here, farmland. Oh, he is taking damage from that. That's unfortunate. But then if we have him, is like, how big is his hitbox? Yeah, I don't see that working, unfortunately. Unless it was like the rail was over the top of the farmland and you couldn't really do that. Didn't expect farmland to suffocate mobs. See, I thought it had traditionally not done that. Yeah. So the question is, like, obviously we end up with something like this. He's not going to reach any further than that because the hitbox just doesn't reach crops there. Yeah, so he's only ever going to be able to affect, like, a 3-wide section of crops, and it can't be at head height for him. But if he has farmland intersecting in his hitbox, he's still gonna take suffocation damage. So if we put it up like there, like he's still taking damage from that, that's a shame. Problem with minecarts is they'll snap 2 rails underneath farmland. I don't see that being a problem. I mean, yeah, they do that thing where they go through the farmland, but, like, the rails would be either above or below. It wouldn't be, like, both. But, yeah, like, I couldn't do this and then have crops there. Like, it's not going to farm that. Yeah, so that's a shame. Unfortunate. That was my hope, was that you could do something wacky like that. And there are Ravager-powered crop farms, which you can make pretty easily, and they break the crops for you without you needing to, like, have darkness in the farm, that kind of stuff. Like, it's pretty good, but... No, regen from beacons won't apply to Ravagers. Like, only splash potions can be directed at other mobs. Is redstone block a transparent block? I think so, yes. Because, like, for the purposes of redstone dust travel, like, putting a redstone block there isn't going to break the dust up, right? So, yeah, technically they are transparent blocks. I believe you'll still take suffocation damage in one, though. But the Ravager didn't, so maybe you won't either. Oh, hang on. If I do... Okay, that's at feet, so... Huh, I guess. You can't really force your own head into stuff very easily anymore. If I now do that there... Inconclusive. Could have been the grass blocks. Don't know. Anyway. Basic wheat farm for us then. But I will need more mud blocks. More packed mud. Block of redstone is partially transparent. Makes sense. And it was in the tough box, wasn't it? I'm amazed I remembered that, but I think because I spent some time talking about why I was doing it. Cool. So we'll put that in there. Those are going to be useful later. Let's go get some Blackstone. Let's actually do what we said we were going to do on the stream title. Or half of it, at least, because the other half I said was Catacombs. What about the wheat farm impulse did? I mean, we could do something like that, yeah, but I sort of don't want to have some of our only allays in there because we're not on 119.1 yet. And I also wanted it to be part of, like, a larger aesthetic wheat farm. Like, having a big wheat field is kind of nice. What is packed mud? It's a building block. You combine mud and wheat, and you get packed mud. We'll repair the leggings once we get back as well. When you've been on one of those ice boat roads, it's always a bit of a potluck thing where the boat ends up afterwards. Let's go and check on this. I've been back here a few times and there have been magma cubes dying, so we should still, in theory, get... yeah, a reasonable amount of froglights, even though I've not been here, really. I've not AFK'd the farm for a while. So we could probably restock while we're here. And then go get some Blackstone. So another 63 of the verdant. And then ochre. No, go back. Go back. Oh, it's all gone wrong. There it is. Was the pouch in the inventory? It's a bundle. They were added to Minecraft Java Edition in 1.17, but not as something that's normally accessible in survival, so we've added them using a data pack. All still running pretty smoothly, it looks like. Can you put shulkers in bundles? No. Kind of defeats the point if you can do that. Alright, let's find a nice place to dig down. Let's grab some bone blocks while we're here. Because I'll need a few of these. I actually need them for a build rather than it being for bone meal though, so... We'll grab those. Bag of holding inside a bag of holding. You can actually bundle bundles, but only when they're not full. Did your frog light farm on the nether roof? Can't get it to keep up with the output yet. It's a productive farm. Same logic as putting a chest in a chest, yeah. An ender chest in an ender chest. It's technically a space-time anomaly. Contains everything and itself. Alright, we'll dig down, we'll dig towards the basalt delta. We might even have a chance to get some more ancient debris while we're here, but it'll be slow going in the basalt delta, so... Where are we at? 35. Gonna hit lava, or just magma? Oh, gravel. Even better. Love to break gravel next to lava. But you know what? This time, I might make an exception. What's my favorite biome? Yours is Shattered Savannah. Honestly, I don't know what my favorite biome is anymore because I like a lot of them. I've developed a more holistic like of this game to the point where I'm just like, yeah, everything's really cool. We've got those in there. This one's still just got loads of junk in it. Let's use the firework rocket box. I don't really have an alternative. Let's throw all of this garbage in here. To be fair, I brought a lot of stuff with me that I should have just left in the overworld, but hey, whatever. It happens, I do that. Nice looking mountains next to the ocean is my preferred spot at the moment. Yeah, I do love a frozen peaks biome. I think they look so dramatic and interesting. So we're going to be getting a lot of basalt, but basalt is pretty much the key to my build style this season, so good. We should also be getting a fair amount of Blackstone once we dig through to it. Have serious nostalgia for flower forests? Interesting. Why nostalgia? How exactly do bundles work? You can store up to a stack of items in there, but they can be all different kinds of items. They're basically like a desk organizer, if that helps. Like, when you've got like a ton of little paper clips and thumbtacks and loose pens and that kind of stuff, it basically helps you have a space for all of those to go so they don't clutter up the rest of your desk. The same is true of bundles and the player's inventory. If you end up with a ton of loose items and like 1s and 2s, bundles basically give you a good place to store those items without them taking up a ton of space in your inventory. Because that inventory space could be much more useful if it was used to store like entire stacks of items, right? Like, it's a more efficient use of the space. But maybe you want to bring back those like 3 bones because you've got stuff you want to bone meal when you get home. Bundles take care of all of that. So, like, right now, the nether quartz ore and the netherrack are taking up spaces I could be filling with basalt and blackstone, which are 2 blocks I need in bulk for building. I can just add those to the bundle. I can put the ender chest in there as well. Unfortunately, they don't have enough room for non-stackable items because it still obeys the inventory stack size, so you can't put, like, 7 swords in there or whatever. And that's one of the community's major outstanding issues with bundles. But for the most part, they are just really good for organization. They're not like shulker boxes, and a lot of people are like, oh, is this a shulker box? Does it give me twice as much inventory space? No, then what's the point of it? The point of it is using the space more effectively. They're not just meant to be an early game shulker box. That's a donkey in a boat. Is that true with things like snowballs? So snowballs still obey the same stack size, so 1 snowball is the equivalent to 4 other items that might stack to 64. So you could take up the same amount of space in a bundle with a snowball or 4 sticks, for example. This reminds me of the old days I used to mine for a netherite beacon. This is a very different process of mining, but yes, I guess I am mining at low levels of the nether. So, sure. I did enjoy those netherite mining streams a lot, though. If I had a reliable source of TNT in this world, I might do it, but I'll probably end up doing it in Survival Guide. Not to the point where we have a netherite beacon, but I do want to have more netherite. Have I finished the bridge pillars yet? No, I've kind of adjusted my efforts towards stuff that's going to work towards future video content. Both on and off stream. So I've been working on a lot of other stuff for a different build today and yesterday. But it's also nice to just vary some stuff. And now I have a mud farm, it'll be easier to make a lot of the blocks that I need for those lower levels of the bridge. Do I have any information about Mojang's next Minecraft Live? Nope. No, I know nothing. And they don't tell creators basically anything about it before they tell everybody else. Occasionally we do get previews of what is being announced, because sometimes people like to make content that goes out the day of Minecraft Live, but we get those like literally the day before, if that. And who knows whether that's going to continue in perpetuity, but it has been the case in previous updates. Well, RIP those Blackstone blocks, I guess. Sometimes I forget how ugly Netherrack used to be. Oh, it was an abomination. It was terrible. And then the texture update changed everything. So I'm guessing up here is not the best place to be mining. Old gravel is nostalgic. Honestly, I don't remember what half of the old textures looked like, and when I see them, I'm like, really? It's also really weird going back to use the Programmer Arts texture pack now, because so many blocks have been added since then that all of the blocks in the newer art style make the old blocks look really out of place. It's kind of funny. The wheat used to be so bad. Honestly, it's still not great. It's okay. I mean, it functions as wheat, but Fwip's texture pack makes wheat like a lot more kind of golden and natural looking, and I think that works better for us on this server. It's better, but still not great, yeah. Yeah, the ore textures are great. I really like them. I've liked them from the beginning, but I think it's also pretty important that they provide some accessibility for colorblind players, right? Like, you can tell what each ore is from more than just the silhouette of the shapes on the block. Can you get that wheat texture pack? I think there are similar things out there, but the updates Fwip has made for Empires are only available through his Patreon, because it's part of a resource pack he's been working on for a while that changes a lot of stuff to do with foliage. It has fluffy leaves, it has the changes to flowers and other plants. Sugarcane looks a bit different. Happily gathering Blackstone at this point. Yeah, Shadowstar, they're live right now. Over at twitch.tv/celerymin. Currently on chapter 9, I want to say, of the Fellowship of the Ring. Fluffy leaves make me think of leaves that are cats. It's floofs. The leaves have floofs. Leave the cats out of this, very good. Seeing how the handwriting's evolved from the start, I want to do something similar with my favorite book. I think it's a fun thing to do. That was a close one. I didn't bring any fire resist potions with me to do this. That may have been a bad move. Would have been good to set up a beacon there. No, not really. I did that for the magma cube farm, but honestly, beacon mines in areas like this, because there's lava around everywhere, aren't all that effective, and typically we end up mining in a straight line instead of doing like a strip mine kind of area. Beacons are more effective if you're working in a radius around them instead of just walking away from them, because they only have a radius of 50 blocks, so I could set up a beacon on the surface, but beacons in the nether are also a bit of a hassle because they have to go through the bedrock of the roof in order to get any kind of access to the sky. And sometimes there's like hidden blocks of netherrack up there that will block it. It can go through bedrock, but it can't go through netherrack or basalt or whatever. So it was worth it to set it up so I could level the froglight farm, but not necessarily worth it in other instances around here. Yes, it helps me harvest the Blackstone a lot quicker, but I'd be out of range of that beacon already if I set it up where I started. There's also only a 50 block radius below the beacon, which is a problem because then if you... Oh, hello. Aha! This is why we mined this low down. But if you set up the beacon on the surface, then, like, right here we probably wouldn't have any beacon effect anyway. So that's one ancient debris. Looks like just the one, though. Nothing like under here or anything. Yes, you can also tear into a lava pocket very quickly if you have haste 2. Yeah, that's looking good. I think we'll just fill up my inventory and head back. We can also bundle the debris. Where do you find it? You're going to have to be more specific about what it is in this context. We talk about a lot of things on this stream. Are these blocks for any particular build? Yes, I cannot reveal what it is, though. Lucifer28 says, do more traps and use TNT minecarts for it. Alright, Satan, calm down. Generally speaking, I think TNT traps, while amusing a lot of the time, are also very, like, they're kind of like, they're low-hanging fruit, you know what I mean? Like, it's a low-effort prank, even though you can put a lot of effort into, like, disguising stuff. It's just like, oh, congratulations, you blew me up. I didn't expect to be blown up today. I got blown up today. Like, I'm much more about doing stuff that's, like, interesting and relevant to the person. Like, it's one of those know your enemy kind of things where, like, it's gonna have much more impact if you're pranking somebody with something that they'll, like, the greatest example of a prank I think this server has ever seen was what the interaction between Fwip and Jimmy in the last stream Jimmy did, because like, he's been doing this whole thing about not being a toy sheriff, and like Joel's been teasing him and all of the lines from Toy Story and the builds and everything, and then Fwip remembers that the advancement you get for having an allay throw you an item is you've got a friend in me, and that's just part of the game. That's not like us having programmed that custom or anything to mess with Jimmy. That's just part of the game. And it's like, it's clever, and there are levels to it where, like, he can disguise that as going to Jimmy and being like, oh, hey, I did you a favor, I brought you an allay. You've never seen an allay before because you don't tend to play off the server. You're not playing Minecraft 1.19 in other places. So this is Jimmy's first time using an allay. We can kind of have a guided experience of that together. And obviously the setup is so believable that there's no way Jimmy could ever see it coming, and it's funnier because it's so personal, but not personal in a way that's especially damaging to him. Like, obviously, like, he's playing up the fact that he's not a toy, and it's like, oh, this whole drama or whatever, right? But, like, I said this on Twitter the other day for folks who don't follow me on Twitter. Watch the first 45 seconds of Jimmy's latest video, because Joel built the alien from the Claw game in the Mesa, and there's all this stuff, like, you know, Jimmy's such a good target for pranks because he reacts on camera in episodes and streams, and so people love doing that, and he always reacts, like, in a very over-the-top kind of way, right? But in the first 45 seconds of that episode, somebody leaves a sign outside of his base. Somebody, I don't know who it was, or if it's something that he set up there himself, because someone was like, look on the bottom of your shoe, and he was like, I don't have anything on the bottom of my shoe in Minecraft. Do they mean in real life? And he has a piece of paper with the word Andy taped to the bottom of his foot, but he has it in real life, and he reacts as though someone else has done that. And it's like, for the people who say that we pick on Jimmy too much, like, he's so clearly up for the joke that he's doing prop bits on camera in real life on his videos. Like, it's not like we're the catalyst for this. It's so obviously something that he's happy to continue, and he's running with it, and like he's yes-anding the joke at every turn, and it's very good. It's so funny, and obviously like the fact that he's doing that is very clearly like him being up for the joke, and is more or less like it's a green light for us to continue doing all of that stuff because he's clearly fine with it happening, right? It's not actually psychological torture for Jimmy for us to all call him a toy sheriff. It's just the direction that this server's like humor has gone, and he's up for it. And that's great. Like that's 100% what you want. But I find it really funny that people think Jimmy's somehow like being bullied. It's like no, this is all part of it. That, or he's actually setting up lore of him being a toy. Yeah, which again is just another way of him using the joke and running with it and owning it. And it takes a lot to own that, because like some people would bring their ego to a server like this. There's a lot of, you know, high profile content creators, your peers are here, you want to be able to like impress them and, you know, do right by the server and have like all of this fun interaction going on.
Just prime.
And some people bring their ego to that. And so if like they become the butt of the joke, they want to say like, okay guys, can we tone it down a bit? But Jimmy just rolls with it 100% of the time. It's a very important skill to have. Does Jimmy have ego? It's a very interesting question. And I would imagine yes. But it's not the kind of thing that gets bruised easily. And this is the kind of stuff that people don't explain very often, because often explaining the joke kind of takes some of the fun out of it for you. But I feel like stuff like that is important to clarify every so often, not just because people will get the wrong idea about some of the interactions that happen on this server, but I think also it's the same thing as having like a behind-the-scenes documentary about something. Like, it's not like seeing how a magician does their tricks and going, well, it's just a trick, so I'm not impressed by it anymore. It's more like seeing how the wardrobe and makeup department on a movie has done such spectacular work to get a movie looking the way it has, and hopefully it gives you a greater appreciation of the magic of cinema and the effort that goes into a lot of this stuff. That's what I'm hoping by like explaining some of this stuff on stream, that people aren't going to be like, well, I'm not having fun watching this anymore because I know that Jimmy's up for the joke. Hopefully it gives you a greater appreciation for what we're doing here. Because again, none of this is like scripted. None of this is stuff that we've all agreed upon beforehand. This is all just people being great improvisers. What happened to Homer? He's still in the tree. I didn't have a name tag or an anvil on me. I think I have name tags in my ender chest, but I don't have an anvil. Jimmy rolling with the jokes is a genius move. It eliminates his need to manufacture comedy. Yeah, exactly. Right? Like, you're having other people write the jokes for you. You just have to react to them. You are basically like the straight man to everybody else's like funny guy in the classic comedy bit. You just need to have You need to, like, react with, you know, a bit of an over-the-top kind of outrage sort of reaction or something like that. You just... You know, you let other people do the heavy lifting. But not in a way that feels exploitative of other people's effort as well. We know Jimmy puts a lot of effort into what he does. See you later, Obu. Have a good one. Anyway, I'm going to head back to my base. And then we're going to wrap things up here because I am more or less out of time for stream. React with gusto, yes. Let's throw the boat down. Get those back there. And keep an eye out for hoglins. I don't remember how to change your chat name color. I think it's in the chat appearance settings now. Depends if you have extensions installed or not as well. But there's a chat appearance settings where you can change like which sub badges appear and stuff. And I think that's the point at which you can change your name color as well. Chat identity, that's the one, thank you. Hello? What? Occasionally going from the Nether to the Overworld is a very laggy experience, especially when there's a lot of folks online. Hi, friends. Okay, I'm going to throw all of this in the Catacombs, which unfortunately we just haven't had the time to work on today, but we had that Woodland Mansion instead. Random things that become running jokes, like Jimmy being a toy, Joel and Sausage's kid. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's so much good stuff. I think I might end up swapping out smooth basalt for tough in this whole setup, because I do need a space for tough. And I don't really get that much smooth basalt. We could probably just put it in like a sub-chest of basalt in the end. But I do have a lot of basalt stored here already. Let's throw this on the ground so that we can get some of that back. There's a bit more basalt in there from the loose stack. We have another debris. Oh, slash color does it too. Nice. Where did I put the rest of those? They're in here. Good. Okay, 6. Very nice. We have a little bit of quartz ore and stuff waiting for us. Some bones. And then we have all of the junk that I threw in. Not this one, but where was it? This one. Yeah, all the bone blocks and stuff. Need those. Definitely need those. Spare gunpowder, gas tears, blah blah. Let's get all of that stuff out. And we'll leave leads in here because we always need those. They're useful. Do something with the magma blocks as well. Anyway, getting ahead of myself here. Don't know why I'm still storing stuff in here, but most of it doesn't have a space in the Catacombs just yet. Sooner or later, though, we might have actually got some work done on that. You got to be kidding me! Thank you so much for the 9 months. And Wolf Runner with the Prime sub earlier as well. Thank you very much. That's where we'll wrap it up for today, folks. Sorry if I missed any other subs or anything. I think I got lost somewhere along the middle there. We had the Captain Bow, Smurfette Bell with the Prime sub, Lucy K with the 14 months, Minty T. I think I missed saying that one. Thank you so much for the Prime sub earlier. And I reckon that's where we'll wrap things up. So, folks, thanks so much for being here. Me, Whip, and Mythical Sausage are on the server right now, and I'm going to send you over to somebody else who's streaming Minecraft here on Twitch. Also, if you are interested in checking out a completely different type of stream with an adult language warning, but some really cool stationary stuff, fountain pens, and a very chill vibe in general, my partner is currently streaming in the other room on their copywork project where they're writing out the entirety of Lord of the Rings by hand to practice handwriting with fountain pens and celebrate what a cool book it is. So that's over at twitch.tv/celeryman. Ginger has just linked that in the chat. Thank you very much for that. Let's see. Azuma is streaming right now. Let's see if he's just gone live or is he finishing up. Okay, he's just gone live. Cool. Let's go raid Azuma, because we haven't raided one of the hermits for a while. And Azuma does occasionally raid us here on the channel, so it's always lovely to say hi. He's currently doing some redstone stuff for the Hermitcraft server. I think he's working on his ice machine still, but he might be popping back into survival in a bit. So go, hey, say hi to Azuma for me. I can resub while I'm there. Don't forget you can use your Pixel Hype emotes and the hashtag PixelRaid to show some love. And I will see you guys maybe this Sunday. Depends whether D&D is on or not. Stay tuned for announcements on Twitter, or just whether or not I go live. Click that notification button, etc., etc. And have yourselves a good weekend. I'll see you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.